Hello everybody, this is Mr. Patrick, and I'm going to show you how to get started with Edmodo. A lot of teachers want to know how to get it started because it's a digital classroom management service that can pretty much do everything you can do in your classroom. It's a way of running your classroom when you're not in your classroom. It's a way of running your classroom while in your classroom. I mean, it can do everything. It can make assignments, quizzes, surveys, blogs. It's a way of you can create a calendar, a very good calendar, by the way. Um, it can hold every document, every video, every test that you have on your computer. And the reason you want to do that is because, well, you can access it from anywhere. So I'm going to talk about how to get started. We're going to talk about how to sign up, how to create groups, how to manage your groups, etc., etc., etc. So I will be doing other videos detailed about how to actually use it in the classroom, but today is all about setting it up and getting it going. So here, get an open tab, and the website is simply www.edmodo.com. And okay, so I'm going to log out. So here it is. This is the screen you'll come to, and you simply click on I'm a teacher, assuming you're a teacher, and you fill out all this info. It is required. Email is required. Username is required. Password is required. And you just click sign up. It's as simple as that. So I have, of course, one already. So I'm going to log in here. And when you log in, by the way, if you're a student, you would click on student, obviously. So when you log in, this is what you'll see. And it looks very much like Facebook. Up here at the top, you have the logo, you have a search bar, a calendar, you have grades. By the way, I think I mentioned this, but you can do all your grading and it keeps a running gradebook for you. If you, as long as you do all your assignments through Edmodo, the gradebook will be accurate. It has a library, home page, so if you're on another page and you want to get back to this page, always click home. So this is the home page. You can set up your profile, you can do account settings, look for help, you can report a bug, you can invite other teachers through email, and of course you can log out. So this is the home page. First thing we're going to run through, by the way, I'm going to show you the calendar. We're going to look at this more in depth, but the calendar is really nice. It's akin to the Google Calendar, and you can print it, you can export it to Excel, you can export it, yes, well, kind of like Excel, but it's really nice. The gradebook, you can, as you see, the gradebook is for your specific classes in your library, and you can see here all my folders. I mean, I've literally dumped everything that's on my school computer onto Edmodo. And so now I can access everything that's on my computer at school. I can access it anywhere and anytime, or anytime that I have a web browser and I can go to this website. It's there. No more, oh man, I left it at school, or oh, it's on my school computer. No more of that. Now it is everywhere I am. Everywhere my smartphone or everywhere my laptop is, I have my school computer. So that's really cool. So let's go back to the home page. Enough of that. I'll go into more detail about that later. First thing you want to do is you want to create a group. So you come over here to the left and you go to groups and you want to create. Give your group a name. Yada, 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 yada. You want to do advanced options. If you want to, if you're scared, you can default students as read only, which means they can't post a thing. I don't really suggest that, and I haven't had any real problems. And if I do have a problem, I treat it on a student-by-student basis. And you can individually mark students as read-only. You don't have to do everybody. You can do them individual. So if somebody posts something that's inappropriate, you can handle that through that with that specific student only, and you can mark that student as read-only. What I do suggest marking is moderate all posts. So anytime a student posts a post or a reply, you will see it and it will come to your notification box. I do suggest that because you never know what they'll put or what they'll type. Grade, select a grade range. You can select one grade or you can do a range. You can pick, 1st through 9th or 6th through 9th or um, 9th through 11th, whatever you want to do. You can pick an area, subject, and then you just click create. It's really simple. And so once you create, here will be where your classes are. So let's look at one that I've used and actually has members in it, because some of these are for this upcoming year. So once you click, if you click on a group, this is what you'll see. You'll see all your posts to that group. Over here, this is important, group code. When you create a group, it'll create a group code. Students have to have this code to get into the group. So that's important. And below that, by the way, you can lock it if you want to. And below that, you can request a URL to request joining. So you simply just copy and paste it. You can put it on your website, your teacher website. You can put it on a bulletin board at school. You can put it on your whiteboard, whatever. You can put it on a handout. But students will go to this, they'll sign up, they'll enter this group code here, and they'll be good to go. Group settings, basically a rehash of what you've already done when you created the group. But if you ever need to change it, you can go to group settings and you can change anything if you ever need to. You can archive a group, which means so at the end of the year, if you don't need that group anymore, but you want to keep the members in, you can just archive it. So that way it won't be cluttering up here, but it'll be in a specific place where if you ever want to, for whatever reason, restore it or bring it back, you can do that. Or you can just delete the group outright, whatever you want to do. You can subscribe to feeds, Twitter accounts, podcasts, YouTube, whatever. You can make the page public. I don't advise that, because then any Joe Blow can look and see what your students are doing, and you might get into legal issues there, so I don't advise that. So keep the page private, and since it's private, they will need that code. All right, so and then in your library, any folders that you've created for this will pop up here. Let's look at managing. So if you over here, we have 28 members, and here are their icons that these students have chosen. Let's go to manage. And here's a list of all the students that are in this group. You can select all members at once by selecting all members. That selects everybody. Or you can just do students, and it leaves you out. Or if you have a co-teacher, it will leave them out. Or if you have another teacher in the group for whatever reason, you can leave them out. So the reason you want to do that, if you select all students, you can give everybody a badge all at once. Edmodo has done a way of rewarding students. So you can create your own badge, whatever you want, or you can use the 8 that Edmodo has created by default. These run the range of good citizen, good question, hard worker, perfect attendance, participant, star performer, students of the month, etc. So let's say everybody really worked hard. You can do select everybody, we've already done, members selected, and you can award everybody an award. That way you don't have to do it one by one by one by one. Of course, if you want to do it one by one, you can do that, and you just click the student and you can go down and give them a badge. Since we're on the student, when you click on the student, you can put them as student or read only. Remember when I said if a student posts something inappropriate or for whatever reason you want to mark them as read only, this is where you do it on a student by student basis. So I can mark them as read only, and now the student is read only. I can change it back. You can reset their password, because students will forget their password. You can bet on it. So if they do that, and well, not if, when they do that, you can reset it through this option. And you can get a parent code. And this is really cool. So you can give the student's parent this code, and now that parent can create their own Edmodo account, and they can see everything that their child is doing and typing and performing in the class, which is really great. And because they've got their own specific parent code, parents are not seeing what other people are doing. They're only seeing their child and their child's work, their grades, their posts, everything, which is really great. So if you want, so for whatever reason, so if a student posts something inappropriate and you want to you want to show their mother, with their father, you can do it, and they will see everything that that student is doing. And of course, you can remove them from the group. Say if they switch classes or change sections, you can kick them out and add them to another group very easily. And up here, when students create their accounts, they can edit their profile and they can mark what their learning styles are, and those will be displayed up here. So if you notice here, I only have 9, but there's 28 members of the group, so a lot of people did not do them. So it's kind of hit or miss. Over here to the left, in this group, you can create smaller groups. Group 1. Create. So now we have a smaller group within the larger group, and you can just click them one at a time if you want to, or you can hold Control and you can select several all at once and then add them all at once. Saves you a lot of time. And so now you have a small group within the group. Group 1. And the reason you want to do this is it's just like dividing your students into groups in the classroom. So now that we have this group 1, you can go back to the home page and you can select group 1 and you can post that group's specifically tailored assignment. Great for differentiation, great for if you're doing like a research project where one group is doing religious background and another group may do governmental background and another group may do culture. You know, if you have different groups doing different things, this creating a smaller group within a larger group is great for that. So you can post that specific assignment to that group and that group only. Great. Great option. Also, small groups. If you want to maybe save this group for later, you may like the way this group work. You can archive them. You don't have to delete it. Of course, you can delete it and get rid of it totally, but if you ever want to say, well, these students worked really well together, I might put them in a group in a couple months to do something. You can archive it, get it out of your, your purview here, and if you ever want to bring it back up, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. You can restore it, so you can bring that group back. So you're never having to really create group lists, and then you may lose them. They're always right here on the website Edmodo. Okay, that's about it. So let me show you how to archive. So let's archive this group. Let's go back. All right, and the way you archive is you go to Group Settings, and you simply come in here and you click Archive that group. Do you want to archive this group? Yes. So now look over here, they are gone. Where'd they go? Scroll down. Actually, refresh the page. Then scroll down and show archived groups. There it is. So if you ever want to restore it, come up here, restore group. You can do that. So they're never really gone. They're just kind of hit, or as the word means, archived. All right. So over here, if you notice that the group colors, they're different colors. That's for your calendar purposes. But sometimes they will all be the same color in Edmodo. That's not helpful, particularly in the calendar. So if you go to calendar, you'll notice that the calendar is color-coded. Well, if every class is the same color, that's a problem. If you don't know which class is which over here. The way you do that and fix that is come back to your home page, click on the color, and you can change it. So I'm going to make AP Language orange. I'm going to keep that blue. I'm going to make Honors American Lit red. I'm going to make 9th grade Lit green. So now they have their own specific colors. Much easier to distinguish and differentiate. And so that's that. That's the end of the video. I'll do another video on a calendar, the gradebook, the library, and then how to do specific posts and how to utilize them in your actual classrooms on your day-to-day basis. And I hope this has been helpful for you, and I will see you again. Thank you.